jumping 4 times a day.
Welcome back to Green Room, the series where I interview iconic artists in iconic venues. And tonight I have the pleasure of being sat with...
Coach Party. Oh, you're so excited there, guys.
That's us.
Do you want to go around and introduce yourself individually?
My name's Jess.
I'm Steph.
I'm Guy. And I'm Joe.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. How are we feeling about London stopping the tour? Quite a large tour that we're doing. How's that feeling?
Yeah, it's good. Like we're probably like a quarter way through the like UK and Europe leg, and it feels like we've been here not for too long, but also forever. It's like you're in that moment where you're like, how long have we been doing this? I don't know, but it's good.
And this is the first time you're going to Canada, is that right? And second time you're going to the States?
Yeah, so first time Canada, second time States, but I feel like we're season pros in New York now. So just gonna go there, play the show, and then go to a jazz bar, you know.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we're there on business. Hotel Demano.
Yeah.
Shout out.
There's a bar in New York called, oh God, no, I'm going to get it wrong. I think it's called Don't Tell Mama.
Oh.
And they just like get up and sing like show tunes and then sit
I
back
love
down.
it.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
Is it the waitresses that do it?
That's Stardust Diner.
I
That's
see
excellent
that,
as
yeah.
well. That is excellent. That's what you want over some
Yeah,
waffles, is someone's
yeah.
just like sing Wicked in your face and then, oh God. Okay. Do you know what I really like about what you've done with the tour? And maybe this was on purpose and maybe it wasn't, but you've really invited a lot of really small, fresh artists to support, which I think is really important in this industry.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I always just think back to when we first started and just how difficult it was just to get a show. Like, people just don't want to look in and they don't want to know who you are. And like, I'm just thinking, why make it impossible for up and coming bands or just anyone to like have a stage to play on? Like, how do you get better if you don't have that opportunity? So like, we did this massive like submission form and we're like, just send, you know, your friends' bands in, your own bands, whatever. And we literally sat through and listened to everyone that submitted. And it was really cool. And it was really cool to just like pick and choose. We're like, do you know what? They'll really suit us. And like, I love that song, so let's get them in. Yeah. But I feel like we haven't had the opportunity to actually watch them as much.
Yeah.
I'm like literally sitting here watching them on the TV being like, I wish I could hear that.
It looked great.
Yeah. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Like there was so many bands that submitted on that post we did, and then just like loads of other like friends we have and like friends of friends and stuff. So it's really, there was some bands that we would have loved to have like more of them, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time when you go back to Canada for a second time.
Maybe we'll have us in Canada.
Maybe. Well, how about that? Who would be a dream artist band that you'd want to support?
Well, we're lucky enough to say that we've done a few of them.
That's
We've been on tour with Queens of the Stone Age, We Are Scientists, Bombay Bicycle Club, Editors. It's crazy. Like, Seagulls, like all these bands that, we would have thought were untouchable. And you get there, and even until you actually like shake their hands, you still don't believe it's actually happening. And the thing is that going back to the whole submission form thing and bands coming on tour with us, it's really close to home for us because we're only like one tiny step further along than that. Like it's all very relative, and we still struggle to get the gigs that we need to step into the next like sort of arena of music. And
arenas then.
yeah,
that's the next tour.
That's a few
next
steps
tour.
away.
Yeah.
So it's like we're all in the same boat, and it's all about karma, hopefully.
The karma and the supporting of one another. And I think there's this whole idea, or maybe there's lots of people think that everyone's going against one another and you're like, there's competition, but really you're all just kind of in it for the same thing. You want to make music that people enjoy and you want to perform it.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I love that there's such a sea of bands and artists, but I think like what kind of breaks up the ecosystem is these much larger gigs that have really expensive ticket sales that disturb our ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think like I did say earlier I hate the boat when everyone's like we're on the same boat, but I do love the boat.
Yeah.
And but when people are in that bigger boat and the taking everything, that's when I'm like, let us be in our boat.
Just let you be in a little bit. I mean, rocky boat at times, but
rocky boat at times, but
a little bit seasick every now and then.
Glorious, really glorious.
But I think this idea with numbers, this whole idea with money, very much leads into what your most recent single is,
massively,
right?
Yeah.
Let's go into to that, because I mean, a bit of a statement to be talking about like the art is gone and it's all about metrics. So talk to me about your new single, Nurse Depression.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the kind of song that you can come at it from any angle. Like the initial idea was very much related to that like music is judged by its popularity or success. Like you can look at it and go, this band's getting 80,000 streams a month or whatever you see on the thing. You go, they must be pretty good then. You look at that first and listen kind of second. And I'm not saying you or you or you or you, but like just the general public, it seems like that's become normal, that it's Instagram followers. Oh, okay, well, if they got 120, so they're probably shit. It's really sad. But there was a time when all you could judge it on was it came on the radio or it didn't, and you decided whether you liked it or not.
Yeah.
And, we don't really have that. I mean, obviously those mediums still exist, but they aren't necessary to the average listener to actually access music. It's all met with, name of band and then how many people allegedly like that band.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we need to know that? And that's kind of where that song comes from. But you can very easily just kind of come at it from a financial angle or, just anything like that. But it all means the same thing, really.
I'm also going to add to that, like, it also hinders everything that surrounds being in a band. Like, even when booking gigs, first port of call is how many followers they've got on Instagram. Yeah. It's like they're not even listening to the music, and they're already turning you down for a show that you've not even pitched for. Like, it's ridiculous, and it just makes the whole thing even harder. And that's what Nurse Depression comes from, because it is depressing.
No,
and it shouldn't
totally
be like that.
is.
Yeah, like how are you supposed to go to a new music festival and discover your next favorite band? You're not anymore, because they're already being discovered, because they've already got 50,000 followers, etc.
That is so on that. I remember going to a gig early last year, and it was meant to be a kind of like new music night. And I looked up one of the people that we were watching. They had 150,000 followers. I was like, you're not new.
Yeah.
How is this? How can this be? How does sort of like the underdog come up and break through? I guess on that, what's your relationship like with social media and having to post about everything then?
Oh God, someone else take that.
It's fine.
That's it.
But we would prefer not to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it is, we are backed by an incredible label.
Yeah.
And they do our social plan for us because they know that we're awful at just like having that content to know what to post. And so they're really good at adapting like a social plan that will make us feel comfortable, but also sort of like still fits in with what we have to do. And it's just like mad that we have to do that. Like, it's crazy that is as important. Like, to have a social media person, a content creator, or a photographer to be on tour with us is now considered to be as important as having a sound man. Which is like, those two worlds are so separate, but they both play such an important role now. And when we started, that wasn't necessarily what it was for us. It was just sort of play the music, and then you'd post some tour dates and maybe some like cute pics, and that's it. But now we're doing like a dump like 4 times a week.
I've been very much enjoying your tour diaries that you've been doing.
I'm jumping 4 times a day. So it's fine, but like I'm hoping that thing happens that Ian was talking about the other day, where the internet dies, and it's just like loads of bots talking to each other, and like we're forced off of it because like strange. And that is just our life now. Like we just have to start again with like something else.
Flip phones.
Cool.
Like a brick
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, let's bring that back.
Yeah.
Well, Ian is our front of house engineer
Yeah.
who we're working with. Well, this is the first tour we're working with him, and he's great. He's lovely. But he has pitched this idea of, he thinks that humanity sort of peaked in the 90s in
Yeah.
like every aspect.
Okay.
And he's kind of like, I feel like we should do a like worldwide like reset and sort of like just everything goes back to then. We just sort of stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can opt into like the rules of the 90s,
Yeah.
like what the limitations and
So you'd have like the internet, for example, but a very like rudimentary,
Nice dial-up.
just like some emails.
MSN.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
like promoting your band and stuff would just be like,
A MySpace page.
yeah. No, not even that.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Like a, I don't know.
Poster.
Yeah.
Magazine.
He did say I'd
Like
yeah.
gigs.
Bit of print.
Yeah.
to like look at stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to Google my symptoms if I don't have my symptoms?
I'm dumping 4 times a week. What's wrong with me?
Tell me what's wrong.
4 times a day. Detoxing.
I mean, really, really good, really good. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about how back in the day, like in the old times of music, no one knew what anyone else was up to, and you just had to do your own thing and just be okay with what was happening. And the only time that you'd see what other people were doing is if you went to go and see their shows. And like, what a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
To just like actually just be in it. And
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
You'd
that
get
it's
treated
become-
to like a tour diary, wouldn't you, on YouTube that would be like
Yeah.
15 minutes long and it'd be like the best thing in the world.
and it would probably be the whole tour
yeah.
in one
Yeah.
on some like shaky, looks like it's been filmed on a
Yeah.
potato or something like that.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get back to your music. That's what I want to talk to you about. I would love to know about the album that you released before Nurse Depression, which is your second album. Because there is a song on there that actually I feel maybe Nurse Depression was like an addendum to.
That's interesting.
I'm wondering if you can guess which one I'm thinking of.
I think fake it just because of the title.
I think Do It For Love.
Yeah,
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, so true.
And so does that feel like something that you're really passionate about? Is this like putting the value back in the art
Yeah.
and being less about everything else?
Yeah, well, I think it's just like they're the conversations we'll just have amongst the 4 of us, being in this position and in this industry, and like you have your frustrations like any job, if this is even a job. So it's just natural you're gonna like talk to each other about it, and then normally we're all like holding guitars when we do that, so it's like, well, it's gonna come out in some way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, it can be a frustrating aspect
Yeah.
for sure.
I guess like also when you look at those kind of songs throughout the last few decades, it's always it goes through waves of like what people tend to talk about. Like you look at like more early to mid 90s, very political, but talking about stuff that unless you listen to that music, you might not have a clue that those like dark sides of politics or the world even exist. But then you listen to Rage Against the Machine and you'd go, oh yeah, maybe that, oh wow, I'll change my whole life. But now we're in an age where all these like theories and whatever, you can like find them for yourself and decide whether you agree or care. But the thing that now is changing, people are worried about, is just the value of life itself, and at the center of that is art, because without creativity, like what is the point of like anything? Without that, we'll just be an extension of robots. Like it won't even be the other way around. So for people who are, whether they're painting or making music or they're a chef or like anything, everyone's just worried that their lifelong commitment to their art is kind of just like ignored and not valued in the way that it has been. And not even from a a like vanity point of view where you're like, no, please, I'm so good at this. It's much more like, as a community, we're better with it. All of us just thrive when we all appreciate and care and love and like obsess over stuff. And, you know, so
and it's like a community supporting each other through that.
Yeah, and it all works together. And some people do music, and some people do cooking, and you know, but whatever you do, it's beautiful. But people are forgetting that.
I mean, totally. And this, you know, arts funding gets cut all the time. It's like the first thing to go. And you want to turn around to that person and be like, okay, next time you go home, you're not allowed to turn the TV on. You're not allowed to listen to any music. You can't pick up a book. You can't do anything. Like, how boring is your life going to be? And you're just cutting that away.
Absolutely. And, you know, and replacing it with an artificial version is just beyond anything else. You're just being lied to. You know, you're not absorbing someone's point of view or someone's message. You're absorbing someone's imitation of that. And that, you know, it can't be trusted. It can't be love. It can't love you back. That's for sure.
No.
Like, you know, fuck it all.
Fuck it all. Yeah. Are you feeling on this tour though that you are feeling the love of the art and the value of everything that you're putting out? You're getting like a really amazing response from everyone.
Yeah, definitely. There has been countless chats at the merch stand where people are like, I really relate to this song and I really relate to that song. And you kind of forget when you're writing that happens.
Yeah.
So it's nice. And like Guy was saying, like you sort of start these passions and loves writing about like being dumped or whatever. And then you go on to these, like, if you're lucky enough to go further and you reach these problems, it's like, oh yeah, well there's these huge other problems now that impact us way differently. And when people that come and watch you are like, yeah, I totally relate to that. Like that's also kind of really nice. It's like, okay, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like that ecosystem's back, you know?
Yeah, the whole community thing.
Yeah.
And everything's about like, sounds a bit woo-woo, but like a bit like just feeling.
Yeah, 100%,
just feeling. And I feel like a lot of what you do is all done with feeling in the forefront of it, whatever it is that you're talking about, whether it be being dumped or arts funding being cut.
Yeah.
And so I want to wrap this up with the question that I ask everybody, which is, how would you like your music to make other people feel?
I guess in short words, not alone. I would love them to feel like held and listened to.
Oh, that's nice, held. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like just having something to relate to and not be, like you say, isolated, and and just also having the confidence to do it yourself if you want to.
Yeah.
Like anyone can do it.
Yeah, similar to your second sentiment, like just to be like energized to go and do something for yourself. That's my fondest memories of like growing up with music. It's just something that made me want to like actually just like throw myself around the room and be like, I could fucking do this. Like I will do this. You know, that's what's important to me.
Yeah.
And like playing like this venue tonight, that's kind of like, I think about when I was like a kid going to watch gigs, and you go to like certain venues and like, yeah, I'd fucking love to play here. And like we've been in this venue before briefly at one point. You just walk in, you're like, whoa, it's massive in here. Like that'd be amazing. You don't ever really think it will happen, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's
but
like
then and then it's just sort of the proof in, like we've been a band, we've been playing together, music together for 10 years this year. So it's like,
happy anniversary.
thank you. But it's like hard. It's really hard. And at the same time, it's like great. And these are the moments where you are reminded that it's great.
Yeah.
And to keep doing it.
Keep going, yeah.
Keep going. I mean, I'm sure without a doubt there will be at least one person that is watching you from the crowd tonight that will be like, do you know what, actually, I am going to pick up a guitar or copy your new Fender guitars that I saw you got today.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Are you playing those tonight, or are they staying?
I'm still working on being gifted them. Love Fender.
Oh, they didn't give them to you. Right, straight down the camera to Fender. We love them. Can they have them?
Yeah.
Like, there's no lie there.
Yeah.
That's not an ad sponsor. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice to have conversation that isn't just like, and then I filmed this video and I loved it so much. It's so nice to just have something that feels a bit further under the surface. So I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's good vibes in here.
This is luxurious. Yeah.
It's not all been like this, I have to tell you.
No, I mean that mirror with the light is like giving green room. You really
For about 3 hours.
good.
Yeah, just
Good.
fun.
Well, thank you so much. This has been Green Room, and this has been
Coach Party.
There you go.